13 on your side here at LMCU Ballpark. Sports reporter Yao Bonsu here with the only living Negro Leagues owner, Minnie Forbes. Minnie, thank you so much for taking the time. I first want to ask you, in your era, if people were following your era, they would right now be in their late 60s, early 70s. So for our younger audience out there, can you paint the picture of what it was like to be an owner during the Negro Leagues era?
Well, for one thing, it was very exciting, and I had no idea that I would end up being the owner. But it was fascinating to be able to deal with younger people that love to play baseball.
And for you, you did a lot for your players, but you never wanted them to travel. Why?
Because in traveling, you run into different situations that you are not used to, especially if you travel south or in other directions. It wasn't comfortable. It was so many problems that you have in traveling.
And you had players sleeping on the bus. They had to find their own food. I mean, how do you combat all of that as an owner?
Sleep on the bus. There was no place to sleep and no place to eat. They had to eat on the bus. And in that area, when I came up, of course, it was a lot of prejudice going on, and it was very hard to travel. So for me, I didn't travel with the team. Only once in a while I had the opportunity to go.
How do you balance the need to build a winning ball club with trying to combat the prejudice and the racism that the team faced?
Well, you learn to live with it because you know what direction to go, and you know what you can do and what you can't do. And you know how to get around those situations, especially if you were brought up in that time when there was a lot of prejudice going on.
Who did you lean on to get through those tough times? Who did you lean on to get through those tough times?
In the tough times, of course, I lean on God. I'm a very religious person, and I lean on God especially, but then as far as the human part, there was family members, my uncle, and all the baseball players that I lean on.
You know, a lot of times when bad things happen to us, the immediate response to God is, why me? But how did you lean on your faith to get through those tough times?
I prayed a lot. And then I had praying people that also prayed with me, my church and different people. So that's the only way you can make it, is you have to use your faith.
And you are the only living Negro Leagues owner. What do you want people to remember about your legacy and what you did as an owner in the Negro Leagues?
I would like for them to remember that in order to accomplish what you want, you have to stick to it. You can't give up, and you got to be dedicated. And also, you have to work together as a team. You can't do anything alone. So you always dependent on other people, and you have to have faith.
And for you, you're 92 years old. What is the secret? Please share with the audience what the secret is.
I have no idea. I wish I knew. If I knew, I would probably bottle it and sell it, but I don't know.
And my final question, you're here at LMCU Ballpark being honored. How emotional is it to get the recognition that you rightfully deserve?
Oh, I'm so grateful, and I'm so thankful that we do have the opportunity that people recognize the Negro League players, because they realize what they had to go through to get to this point. And I thank everyone and appreciate everyone for taking the time to just say hello to the Negro League players and realize that they've come this far and that they finally get recognized for being the ball players that they are.
Minnie Forbes, at 92 years old, glowing as much as ever, the only living Negro Leagues owner. Minnie, thank you so much for taking the time, and congratulations.
Oh, thank you for having me. I really appreciate the time that you spent with me.
Fantastic.
Thank you.